Have you ever wondered what temperature really is and how it affects our lives every day? And what about heat, something so common but that we often confuse with temperature itself? Did you know that there's a temperature scale called Kelvin, which is used by scientists all over the world? Today we're going to explore these concepts in a simple and clear way, unraveling the mysteries behind temperature, heat, and the Kelvin scale. So if you want to understand once and for all how these ideas work, stick with us until the end of this video. Temperature is a physical quantity that measures how much the molecules of an object or a system are moving around. This means that the more agitated the molecules of an object are, the higher its temperature will be. And what does this mean in practice? Think of a kettle of water on the stove. As the water heats up, its molecules move faster and faster. When they reach a high level of agitation, the water begins to boil. Now it's important to understand that temperature doesn't measure the amount of heat, but rather the intensity of this molecular agitation. The thermometer is the instrument used to measure this quantity, and it can use different scales such as Celsius, Fahrenheit, or Kelvin, which we'll talk about later. Now that we understand what temperature is, let's talk about heat. Contrary to what many people think, heat is not the same thing as temperature. Heat is actually the transfer of thermal energy from a hotter body to a colder body. In other words, heat only exists when there is this exchange of energy between bodies with different temperatures. For example, when you touch a hot cup of coffee, heat passes from the cup to your hand, raising the temperature of your skin. This also explains why the temperature of the coffee decreases over time. It's losing heat to the environment around it. So, while temperature is a measure of how hot something is, heat is energy in motion, always seeking balance. Now let's talk about the Kelvin scale, one of the most important in the study of physics. Unlike the Celsius and Fahrenheit scales, which are based on the freezing and boiling points of water, the Kelvin scale is based on the concept of absolute zero. But what is that? Absolute zero is the lowest temperature that can be reached, where the molecules of a material would be completely still without any movement. This extreme temperature is 0 Kelvin, which is equal to minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. What makes the Kelvin scale special is that it doesn't have negative numbers, making it ideal for scientific calculations. It is widely used in areas such as astronomy and thermodynamics, where extreme temperatures need to be measured accurately. Now that you understand the difference between temperature and heat, and know the importance of the Kelvin scale, it becomes clear how these concepts affect both our daily lives and the most complex studies of science. Temperature is a measure of how much the molecules are moving around, while heat is the energy that flows between bodies in search of balance. The Kelvin scale allows us to measure extreme temperatures accurately, making it an essential tool for scientists. If you enjoyed this content and want to continue learning about topics that make a difference in our daily lives, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos. See you next time.